To learn about the off-grid lifestyle and to be inspired to live your dreams, click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Hit the bell notification. So before I get into the video today about the tiny house, I wanted to show you something. So the other day, I made a video where I showed you I cut down this unhealthy walnut tree. It's a twin. I only cut one side of it right now. And I got quite a few good logs out of it. It was dying, which is unfortunate because walnut's such a pretty tree. But you can see that there were several branches that were dying on it. I also found an oak tree that was dead right over here on the other side of the creek. And so I cut it as well. And it only took a couple hours and I just left everything down here. Now my plan was to use the manual log splitter, drag it down here, but it weighs, I don't know, 60, 70, 80 pounds. It's pretty heavy. I thought, well, I'll just come down for an hour, split some wood with a manual log splitter, because I get a lot of time where I just have an hour here or there where I can do stuff. But by the time I got the log splitter down here and then drug it back up or found a tarp or whatever, you know, my hour's gone. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna use the maul. I have not been successful with the maul. I've had a terrible time with it since I started off-grid living. The maul just bounces. Had a terrible time. But I thought I'd bring it down here and see what happens. So I'm gonna show you what happens. So I'm surprised. Wow, look at that. I can split wood with a maul. It's just never worked like that for me before. I thought, well, must be walnut. I've never tried to split walnut. Walnut must be easier to split. So this morning I decided, you know what I'm gonna try? I'm gonna see if that old dead oak, I can split it. Now I know I can't split oak. I just can't. The maul bounces. So I have no idea what has happened since the springtime or early summer till now, but I can split wood with a maul now. The only thing I can think is that I'm getting in better shape. I'm not near as winded, although I'm winded. I'm not near as winded. I'm gonna get tired and sweaty. So I split for a good hour with the maul yesterday. Got a lot done. I'll tell you, walnut is so pretty when you split it. Beautiful. Somebody suggested that I sell the walnut, get lots of money. So I called around to the sawmill over there. Wouldn't even be worth the time to rent a trailer to load the log on and the equipment. I'd lose money. So no, I'll just burn it. But it's pretty. So I spent probably another 15, 20 minutes down here and got the rest of it all split up. So now everything's in sizes that the wood stove can handle. 6-inch diameter is what the instruction says, or less. It makes you wonder, how many times in life do we use technology and it actually slows us down? And that was fantastic. I tell you, it does feel good to be getting in shape. I'm 49, I'll be turning 50, and I was feeling my age there for a while, but it's really good to be able to come down here and work, sweat a little, not be out of breath. So as you know, we finally got all the components to our metal roofing material. That has been a nightmare to get, but I'm not going to dwell on that anymore. We finally got it. Wednesday, we're going to pick up the 1x4s, and we'll put the 1x4s on the house. And that way we have something to screw the metal sheeting onto. And I've already discussed not screwing it into the OSB directly. In the meantime, I'm trying to prepare everything that needs to be prepared so I can start that project Thursday morning. This is Monday, I guess. Thursday morning, I want to come up here and just get to work. That's contingent on it's not wet. It didn't rain last night, but it is extremely foggy. And so we had these ice crystals everywhere. The fog froze. And so now the house, I don't know if you can see it, is wet. Well, I can't put the siding on when it's wet. Now, the roof should be fine because I got tarps on the roof. So as long as it's not raining, I can at least get the roof started, which is the biggest thing I want to get started anyways. That way I can get the chimney installed. Well, in this case, Carolyn is going to start working on the inside. She's really excited about putting the pallet wood, we're getting pallet wood, and putting it on the walls. So we've bought her a saw, a little battery operated circular saw, Black & Decker. And I realize again that a lot of people don't like that thing, but I think it'll be fine for pallet wood. And she's gonna hang pallet wood on the walls. I got all the insulation installed. I'm gonna seal up the walls with caulk. You can see I've already started a little bit. And this is where two walls came together. I brought up this section and then I brought up the window section. And so there's a little gap in there. Now, of course, we have the house wrap on it, which is probably doing a pretty good job keeping the wind out. But when you get a brisk early January morning wind, the wind finds its way through. And so I'm going to do that over here. This came up in sections. And then I'm going to do it right at the seam where the floor and the frame comes together. I'm going to seal all that up. That should be the final step that I have to do before I start installing the metal roof. Then Carolyn can get started. Then once I get the chimney on, I'm going to do the side of the roof that has the chimney. And as soon as I get this side done, I can cut the hole, put the chimney down, and we can start a fire. That's how close we are. I'm really excited. Another thing that has been a big hindrance on the construction of this property was we had metal scrap here, and it's right next to the house. We could barely walk through it. What it was is the metal off the trailer. This used to be an old mobile home. I know a lot of people are going to know that this used to be an old mobile home, but there's no way to tell the story without repeating myself. So this used to be an old mobile home, and it was just falling down. It was in terrible shape. And a couple people actually tried to, clean it up, but they just made a bigger mess. They threw the metal roofing over here. There's still metal roofing that was caving in on the trailer. So we cleaned it all up. And well, all that metal, I just stacked up. It was in the way. I couldn't get my ladder here, and it's been extremely dangerous. Anytime you walk by, you're at risk of cutting yourself on it. There was this guy on Facebook Marketplace that says he would pick up metal. Well, we didn't want to do it over the summer because I didn't want him coming down here and getting bit by a copperhead snake. I'm sure there was copperheads just all over in that thing. We waited till the fall time. Well, I'm trying to get a hold of him, and he's hard to get a hold of. Finally got a hold of him. Now here's what's funny, is apparently the guy who owned the place before hired him for $500 to come in, tear down this trailer. I don't know the whole story. It wasn't making a lot of sense to me. So it was coincidental that I called it the same guy. Well, maybe there's only one metal dealer anywhere, but regardless, so he comes back and he says, I've already had to bring this back once. I don't understand. What happened was this guy took the metal and he was going to go and I guess he was going to take it to the scrap yard, and the guy wouldn't pay him. So he ended up bringing it back and dumping it. I don't know. Anyway, he dumped it right here. I didn't even know there was a concrete pad here because all that metal was sitting there. Like I said, don't know the whole story, but I know that there was a big conflict and he had to bring the metal roofing material back. I'm so glad to get that out of the way. Now, Carolyn has been taking her time cleaning all this up. Now we got that cleaned up. All we got to do, somebody dumped a bunch of diapers here at some point. So we got to get rid of that. Got a little concrete pad there. We'll bring the Franklin stove up, the one I'm using for the camper right now, and we can use that as an outdoor cook stove. So Carolyn got her saw today, came in a day early. I knew it was coming in when I got the email from UPS saying it was on its way. So this is a little battery operated 20 volt Black & Decker. Battery's charging right now. Carolyn never gets anything. She doesn't celebrate Christmas or birthdays or anything. And so I almost opened this because I wasn't sure what it was. I mean, I thought it would be. It was a day early. So I almost opened it. I thought, no, I'm going to take it down to her and let her open it. And so I brought it to her and I said, happy birthday and Merry Christmas and Thanksgiving and on and on and on. And I've never seen her so excited. She was quite excited to get this. She even put the blade on herself and reading the instructions. So I'm glad she got it. Now she'll start doing the pallet wood for the walls when we get the pallet wood on Wednesday. On a video a while back, I showed people that you can cut the tip of your caulk with that little hole right there. I thought, why not just show everybody how to do it again, just in case somebody missed it. So you stick the tip of the caulk gun in there, you squeeze it, and now it cuts the tip. Then you have this little poker at the beginning of it that you can swing around. And then you can poke the tip of it with the poker. That breaks the seal down there in the bottom. And you can see there's caulk on it now. It was funny. There was a lot of people that didn't know that you could do that with a caulk gun. And so everybody said, thank you, Rob, thank you, Rob. One guy said he went to get a caulk gun and he didn't have the hole on it. So instead of believing that I actually did it on camera, he called me a liar, that I'm lying, that somehow I must have had a special caulk gun. No, I just bought this. It's hyper tough. Well, I didn't get as much done today as I had hoped. So I hope I can inspire you to get in shape with your dream. Thanks for watching.